I'll read from the Mystery of the Eighth Day from the Book of Mysteries by Jonathan Cahn. This is his entry from day 89. He took me, meaning the teacher, speaking to his student, he took me into the chamber of scrolls, approached the ark, removed the scroll, rolled it out on the table to the passage he was looking for, then began translating it aloud. You will celebrate the feast of the Lord for 7 days, with a complete rest on the first day and a complete rest on the 8th day. It's speaking of the Feast of Tabernacles, he said, but there's something strange about it. It says you will celebrate the feast for 7 days with a rest on the 8th day. How do you get an 8th day from a 7-day feast? 7 is the number of the days in the feast and the days of creation. Every week has 7 days. So then what is the 8th day? There is no 8th day. No, said the teacher, and yet there is. If the 7th day speaks of the end, and of what does the 8th day speak? The day after the end? Yes, said the teacher. 8 speaks of that which comes after the end. But nothing can come after the end, or it wouldn't be the end. Exactly. That's the point. It contradicts everything else. 7 is the number of the days of the creation, but 8 is the number that transcends the creation, that breaks out of time. The number beyond numbers, of time beyond time. And so what exactly happens on the 8th day of the feast? It's a mystery, he said. It's called Shemini Atzeret. It means the gathering of the 8th day. The Feast of Tabernacles is the last of the holy days appointed by God, the final feast. So it speaks of what happens after the end of the end, after the end of days, the end of time. It's the very last of God's appointed days, the mystery day. And we who belong to God, we are of that day. And when the creation ends, we will enter it. We will enter the day beyond days, when the finite yields to the infinite, the age beyond ages, eternity. He paused for a moment, then before continuing. And one more secret. What? Those who live in the Spirit can partake of the 8th day even now. How can you do that? Before the end. Go beyond the end. Even now, beyond the end of your own self, and you'll find out. The mission: seek today to live beyond your circumstances, beyond the world, beyond the finite, in the day, beyond days, the 8th day. Hallelujah.